to MMA MADE, the best MMA show around the world. Mighty Devin Debo Taylor. Come on, say it to me. I want you to say it to me once.
You know what? Here's what I'm going to tell you.
Please.
I will say it to you.
Okay. And everyone else listening.
All 8 of them. When you make a pick you believe in.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll be believing in a pick that I make this week.
Okay.
There you go.
That'll be your first one, and maybe it'll be right.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
This guy's got some... I don't care, because I'm the champion. It's all good. We'll take it. We'll take the win. I mean, because, like, you know, I got my troops behind me supporting Mighty.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I know your mom was cool. Like, you got your moms.
Hey, whatever. You know, moms.
And
got a couple cousins.
You know? So you got family.
Yeah,
like, doesn't really have a choice.
I mean, hey, if you can't win over family, who can you win over? You know what I'm saying?
Other people. Actually, there's a lot of other people that...
Speaking of which, congratulations on your promotion to Director of Human Resources for MMA.
Yeah, you know what? I saw that. I've been getting a lot of mail. And thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Anyways, let's jump right into the show. Not a ton to talk about, but let's go back this past weekend. Friday night, Bellator. Saturday night, World Series of Fighting. Friday night, Bellator. First 2 fights quick, first round finishes. And then a lot of hype around MVP against Nashan Burrell. And, you know, MVP's got that 6 wins, undefeated, 6 finishes in the first round. He goes to decision, but he still looked good.
He looked good. So unorthodox with like 37 spinning back fists, something like that. So, you know, keeps them on their toes. They actually kind of have a lot of like unorthodox strikers over in Bellator.
I don't know. He seems cool. He's cocky. He's got kind of like that Roy Jones Jr. arrogance to him, with a la Anderson Silva striking a little bit because he's kind of lanky like him.
A little bit.
I'll be interested to see what he can do. I want to see him progress.
Yeah, I mean this was his biggest test to date. He passes, doesn't get a knockout, doesn't get a first round knockout for sure, but gets a unanimous decision.
Yeah, I mean he needs to go to that next tier of competition. So this was that next step for him. He won pretty decisively, but like you said, no finish.
No finish. I mean, there's still a long way to go. We'll see, depending on what his expectations are, long way to go.
Yep. Main event, Joe Warren against Dantas. It went like I said it was going to go.
Oh, my goodness.
It went like I said.
Here's a good time. This is the perfect time. Pause this video, look at last week, and watch him crying as he makes the pick. Like, oh man, let me change my pick. That was a long time ago I picked him. I don't want to pick him anymore. Alright, fine, I'll take him.
Alright, now pause this video and go back to the season finale last year when I was very confident about Warren winning.
So I used to be confident, and then I wasn't confident, and then I got lucky. So hey, it kind of counts.
All I hear is, I got the W.
You know what?
I got the W.
100%. You got the W off a questionable decision. That's great.
Like Kane says, 3 weeks in a row. I mean, he usually does the 3 Phoenix guys, him and CB'd all the way, and never mind. It's
it's
really
dumb.
Anyways, 3 weeks in a row. 3 whiskeys.
And none of them were like picks that you really believed in.
Why? We only had 1 pick. That was just the 1 fight.
This one you didn't believe.
Oh, you're talking about
the 3?
Oh, hell no. Hell no. I took Conor McGregor all the way to the bank.
Okay, you can have Conor McGregor.
Thank you.
So you got 1. 1 out of 3.
Well, not necessarily, because I can't remember who the other one was.
Exactly.
So, 1 questionable, 1 questionable, 1 definitive, 1 we're not quite sure where it is.
No, 1 you definitely didn't believe in.
All right, maybe 1 I didn't believe in too much. 1 I believe in very much, and the other one I got to look back.
The other one,
who was it? It was the week before last.
I know you didn't really believe in it.
Or maybe it was. Okay, you know what?
No, you know what it was?
I know what it was.
It was the real quick. He runs in and he finishes him.
Immediately.
It was
Daniel Strauss against Justin Wilcox.
Strauss Wilcox. And so you believed, like, that was one that it wasn't even your pick.
Okay, but I believed in him. You just had to pick Wilcox because you had to take the risk.
Yeah.
So 2 for sure I believed in.
Not even for sure. No, we'll take one
I
that
didn't
you
believe in Daniel Strauss.
One that you believed in that I disagreed with, and then one that I disagreed with and you got lucky.
Whatever he said, we'll just go with it to make him happy. We'll just make him happy. Whatever. I'm the champ. Get over it. So anyways, back to the fight.
I hate him so much. So much.
Flying Brian's loving it right now, brother. He's flown over to this side of the table. He wants to be with the champ. He don't want to be with you no more.
But you know what? He's staying with me because he knows when I make a pick, I pick the fighter. I believe in them to win. It's not just like, well, you know, I think maybe,
All right,
that's
well,
not your pick.
We got some picks in the show. We'll be talking about it and see what happens.
Okay.
There we go. So anyways, Warren, Dantas. I personally scored the card, just like Jimmy, the commentator, and all 3 judges. 48-47. It goes back and forth. Warren starts with the first round, then Dantas and Warren, then Dantas, and it really came down to the 5th round.
Yeah, really good, back and forth. You know, Dantas, I think he gets up from almost all of the takedowns, and that's really, I think if you look back at the fight, I'm sure he's looking back at it, that's all that Warren really was bringing, is a lot of pressure and the takedowns. I mean, he's a really pretty good wrestler, and for his age, he's probably on, you know, TRT, but regardless, you know,
Damn it, you got the TRT on him?
You know he is.
Yeah, that's dirty.
You know he is. At that age and a wrestler, it's kind of like, yeah, he's
But he's only like 5'1", so, you know, it's bottled up kind of tight. He's ready.
I'm just saying,
his wrestling is legit, though. He definitely has some good wrestling skill.
but it gets old. Even when I like the wrestler, it gets old when it's a wrestler who's going to take someone, put them on their back, and then they get back up.
Yeah.
What have you done?
Okay, and that, you know what? I like what you said right there. So let's segue. That's the card for Bellator last Friday night. Saturday night, World Series of Fighting. Another great wrestler, arguably one of the best in MMA. I would say top 5 for sure. Jake Shields. He gets the win, but he gets the submission.
So it's and Jake Shields is a very good difference. Jake Shields is looking to take you to the ground, and he's not even really a great wrestler as much as he is a great grappler. So his takedowns are actually not good. He's not a traditional Greco-Roman or wrestling wrestler. He
Wrestling.
He's not a wrestler, but he's a jiu-jitsu guy who, once he gets someone up to the ground, he controls them and is looking for submissions. For me, it's much different. There's even some wrestlers who are looking to put you on the ground, then ground and pound. They're looking for it.
Yeah.
This is one of those guys who, you know, he just kind of was looking for takedowns.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I mean, those are the rules right now, and I think a lot of people would love to see him change.
Yeah. No, I can't say I disagree with you, especially with the whole aspect of him taking you down, looking for the sub. At least he's a little more exciting because he's not trying to ride you out. The one thing I was not excited for is, God, who's the commentator for them? I don't even remember. But whoever, it was Boss Rutten, actually. I'm sorry. Sorry, boss.
Really, I was going to say, I know you're not talking about all the
I was thinking of the other guy. But Boss goes in there and says...
Aiello?
Is that who it is?
I think so.
Okay, I'll give you that. All right. He says, who do you want to call out? He goes, I don't really want to call anybody out, but if I could, Fitch. That's a boring fight. That is a
But maybe it's so boring that it becomes exciting.
Really? Like 2 negatives make a
two
positive?
negatives go the other way?
Oh.
Like so much terribleness. Like it's like a reality TV show that's so bad you have to watch.
Yeah, God, I don't know.
It's got to be like one of those Real Housewives. Like one of those, like just it's so much... Like Flavor of Love, right? I mean, if you wanted to, you know, take it to my people, it's so bad that you have to watch. Like... Or
he did not just say Flavor of Love.
No. For your people, like NASCAR, right?
Ooh,
like NASCAR, when there's car accidents.
We're gonna take a left. We're gonna take a left.
Yeah, and then another left. Like when there's so many accidents, like it's bad, but like you have to watch.
I guess if you want to use that scenario.
Yeah.
For what it's worth,
Fitch versus Shields.
I don't watch NASCAR. I've never watched NASCAR, and I will never watch NASCAR.
Hey, people.
I'm just saying.
People right here. We know you watch NASCAR.
You know I just insulted Flying Brian because he's from the Midwest. You know he's all about the NASCAR.
Well, you're insulting a lot of people right now with the hate.
Hey, I'm just saying.
With the NASCAR hate, it's not going well.
I'm just saying, I don't watch NASCAR.
Like, I wish we could do the polls and like the viewership in the Midwest is just plummeting.
A live statistic.
Yeah. Thankfully, the HR department is over here.
That's at Bo925, by the way, the director of HR.
But thankfully, they're not really good with emails. They'll be all jacked up.
Oh, see now who's making fun of who? Hey, I'm just saying.
Wait, ready? Podium moment. Like, I'm sorry. The things that I said, I should not. I apologize.
Anyways, overall card for World Series of Fighting, it was fair at best. I was happy to see Jake get the win just because he's a local boy. You know, fights out of the Bay Area.
San Francisco all day.
Part of the scrap pack with the Diaz brothers and Melendez and Yancey, Medeiros. You know, cool cats.
And he actually got a finish, so that's good.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's his debut. So good for him. Good for him.
You know.
So anyways, let's talk about a couple things that's in MMA news. I think one of the big things that's happened over the past week, Hall of Famer, not just a Hall of Famer for the UFC, but argumentatively, the guy who built this industry, this sport, Royce Gracie, is now with Bellator as a spokesperson. So he's some type of, you know, brass in Bellator.
Yes. And as always, what we like to do is disagree. And so I'm going to take the other side of this argument. You were making a big deal about this, saying, man, the UFC is losing. You know, this is the big guy. What does it mean that he's going over to Bellator? And I'm kind of looking at it from the other side of, like, it kind of means Bellator had to pick someone from the UFC as the big name. And
he's not even with the UFC
but
right
it's
now.
kind of like advertising for the UFC. Like, the Bellator, who are they going to promote? Like, they're saying this guy's so amazing. You're saying, what did he do? Oh, he used to fight for the UFC. Like, all right, thanks.
I mean, yeah, I see that. I can't say I disagree with that, but it's just, it's big. I think no matter how you slice it, it's big. You're talking about a pioneer in the sport,
For sure.
now working for the competition.
Definitely. Definitely a big, like, one of the biggest names there is in the UFC.
Or in MMA in general.
In MMA. Started it all. And is now taking a cush job for someone else.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Ronald McDonald gets a job working for Burger King. Like, it doesn't look
You did
great.
not just compare Royce Gracie to Ronald McDonald.
As the face of the franchise.
Damn, and you're a jiu-jitsu guy, too.
It doesn't mean I don't love him. It just means,
Listen.
like, Royce Gracie is to MMA what Ronald McDonald is to McDonald's.
Listen, first, he goes against Chris Cariaso against Mighty Mouse a couple weeks
Dude,
ago.
I'm not going back to the gym ever.
Now he's making fun of jiu-jitsu. Dude, when they roll with you, they're going to start breaking limbs.
I gotta find a new gym.
Yo, Tebow, you're rolling with the heavyweights today. Frank Mir's going to make a guest star appearance.
Just rip off an arm. Take it
Then
back
Rousey's
down.
coming in just to make you feel like a punk.
I'd be okay with that, though. We talked about this. I'm very
Snap it, just snap it.
Snap it, baby, snap it.
Anyways, let's move on from that. There was something else in the news we were talking about earlier.
My boy KZ getting drafted, dude.
Yeah,
That's brutal. Korean Zombie. And the country's like, yo, I know you're kind of a big deal, but we need you in the military.
Now, here's my spin on this. If he's in the military and say, you know, he unfortunately gets killed, they can bring him back to life, and then he can be a true Korean zombie.
Oh,
I mean, I'm just saying. Hashtag jackasses of MMA.
You know what? I make fun of people and I talk about, it's not racism, but it was definitely some, like, not politically correct stuff. He's over here joking about people dying, okay? And talking about the zombie population.
Hey,
I know they don't appreciate
Walking
that.
Dead just premiered season 5 on Sunday. It's fresh in my mind. Listen, I make fun of everybody. I don't care who you are. I'll make fun of you all.
I just love knowing that we never have to worry about, like, a TV contract because at no point does, like, the FDIC, like, look and go, like, oh, yeah. Or the FTC.
Whatever they are.
Yeah,
One of those guys.
FTC.
Yeah.
We would be
FDIC. The Food and Drug Administration is good, too. Well, that's the FDA.
Yeah, that's the FDA.
Who is the FDIC?
The FDIC is the one who does banks.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll be insured for at least $250,000.
Yes.
Anyways, let's move on. That's a little bit of news. This coming weekend, we've got Bellator. Flying Brian's going to be there. We
Nice.
got main event, Josh Neer against Paul Bradley. Co-main event, Houston Alexander against Zwicker. I think it's Virgil Zwicker. You want to take any picks on this? Or do you want to let it lay? What do you want?
I'm trying to see. I gotta think because I don't actually believe in any of these fighters, but I gotta try and like mind trick him into picking somebody else.
Okay, I'll let you marinate on that for a second. While you marinate,
let me think about who.
this is actually our 40th episode, episode 18 for season 2. We will be on break next week. I'll be out of the country. No, I'm just kidding. I'll be in SoCal. I live in NorCal. We live in NorCal. I'll be down in SoCal celebrating my birthday. He's still thinking over there if you look over this camera. But we're also going to pick UFC 170. What the hell is it?
It's 179.
179.
I think so.
I think it is. That sounds right. 170. Whatever it is on October 25th, I think it is 170.
I'm usually right.
You're not usually right, but I think you're right this time. So we got that card to talk
As
about.
the champ, all you have to do is jump on my coattails, baby.
Wait. I'm the champ right now.
I know. As the champ, all you have to do is jump on my coattails.
Oh, I get it. I get it now. Is there a quiz later?
No.
I'm going to pass.
You won't.
I'm not gonna pass.
You won't.
So anyways, we're going to put that out there too.
Okay.
You got Jose Aldo against Mad Money Mendez, and you got Teixeira against Phil Davis,
Yep.
and then you got Candy Maldonado against someone we don't even know.
I love my boy Fabio.
Yeah, Fabio. Fabian. With the long hair.
He ain't got no hair. He needs to just shave it off.
All right, so it's getting close to the end of the show. What you got? You want to go with Bellator? You want any picks in the Bellator?
Oof. I'll take Houston Alexander if you'll let me have him.
I'll give him to you.
And you'll take the other guy?
Yep.
Virgil?
Yep.
Okay. So
I'll tell you what about Virgil Zwicker that he doesn't know. Both these guys have a lot of KO stoppages, KOs, TKOs. Virgil actually has some submission wins.
That's not good.
The only wins that Houston has is from KO or TKO. That's it.
Yeah, he actually has never been on the ground without tapping.
And so here's my theory. I think Virgil is going to take him to the ground because he's not going to want to bang with him.
I have never heard you actually break down the fight.
Ah! See, I'm bringing my A game.
And now, if this doesn't go that way, I'm gonna love it.
Speaking of which, because he's been talking a lot of ish over the last few weeks. I've had the belt a couple times talking about how I didn't pick confident. I went back today. We are 8-8. We are tied for the season. You're saying, but that's only 16. The first episode, we started fresh, so we didn't have anything. Episode 12, there was a no contest, so that's a scratch. And that's because your boy got pulled out, and that was Renan Barão, so that ended up being a scratch. So we're 8-8.
And what I want you to do, I want you to go back real quick, people. Watch the ones I actually believe in, and watch the ones that he actually believes in. Every pick he has that wins, I don't want to take this guy, but I'll take it. And then they come up lucky.
I'm pretty sure it happens to you, too.
And it is one of those things. There's lucky, and there's good. And you know what?
God.
Sometimes lucky beats good. Because, you know what? Like you're watching the World Series of Poker and the jackwagon goes in with nothing, hits it on the river.
7 deuce, baby.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is 7 deuce right here.
Hey, it's 7 deuce. At my house, it wins. You know it does at my house.
It does every time, and I hate it.
All right, we're getting close to the end. We got a couple seconds
All right,
left.
so who else you want?
You want to do Aldo against Money?
I'll take Aldo. You know you want money.
I'll take Money. I'll take the risk.
Wow.
I'll take the risk. There you go. We've got the lock in right there, and then Phil Davis and Teixeira.
I'll take. I don't want to pick that one. Who do you have?
I want to take Davis. Come on, couple seconds. We got it.
I'll go with you.
Okay, we got Davis on that. Thank you so much for watching this week. We got everything in. Devin Debo Taylor might be the champion.
The champ right here.
Yeah, baby. Have a great night.